Vbeast, guys. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It's very hot here in Texas still. We had like 2 good days of just really nice weather. I wish that day was today as well. What the heck am I talking about today? Of course, thumbnail, if you're interested, you clicked on it. I'm talking about the Buell Super Cruiser. Yeah, that's supposed to come out. I got my little cheat sheet here and notes. I'm mainly going to be commenting on what we know and what we can see, what I can see. You know, I don't have any numbers unless I haven't dug into this enough on the engine, the horsepower and stuff. All I know from the website is they have a 1190 cc V-twin. Buell having a V-twin. You're like, Buell? That sounds familiar. Yes. Do you remember Buell back in the day? Harley Davidson had a partnership with them. Yeah. That was, I thought that was pretty cool, you know. It wasn't too successful. It did run for a few years. I don't know the exact years. Let me see. I'll look it up and then I'll put a big number right here. Boom. That's how many years. And if I couldn't find it, nobody cares. I don't know. But they had some pretty cool bikes back in the day. First off, you know, they had like the Buell Lightning, and you know, they have derivatives of that. And those who know, or if you don't know, they use the old air-cooled Sportster motor, the 1200cc Sportster motor. And then you look at this and it's 1190cc. Like, wait a minute. 1190cc V-twin. Of course, this is a liquid cooled in the Buell Sport Cruiser. We don't have any numbers on it. Maybe there'll be some numbers after this video. I have no idea. So Buell's saying that this will be released to the public in fall 2025 with an MSRP of $25,900. So $25,900. And if you register or you pre-order, which is $50, you get like $2,000 off. Ooh, you get 2 G's off. Yo, dude, that is nothing. You know, pre-order is usually a, you know, give me like $5 grand off. That's a pre-order, you know. Or I mean, that just seems like, you can take $5,000 off. I'm just like, I'm giving you all this money already. Kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a startup thing, you know. You gotta give me a significant discount for me to be totally into what you got going. You're selling. I'm trying to, you know, support your brand or whatever. So let's, you know, there's not really much to this thing. It's, to me, let me just pop the pictures up as I'm talking. To me, it looks like it's just unfinished in some areas, you know. It's and I get that it has a higher rear end. It has a taller suspension, and so that makes it really good, exceptional at cornering. Definitely better at cornering than, you know, a low bike or something like my bike, where it's going to have big bags, lower ground clearance. You know, my bike's not going to outmaneuver that by any means. And you know, I get that, and it, you know, it has a steel tube frame, which there's nothing wrong with that. Steel tube frame, I actually kind of prefer that. Their frame looks almost like an FXR frame, and I mean, that's going to be a good frame. But the frame itself, to me, looks a little odd. I mean, is it just me? The lines are a little off. So one thing I think they did really well, I like the rear. The fender looks pretty nice. The brake light, from what I saw, looks really nice. Has a good design. Has some it flows real nice. But and I understand, I'm about to talk about the swing arm. It's a swing arm, just like on my Victory, on even on the Road Glide Street Glides, right? They have just a swing arm coming out. Let's see, now I'll just put the picture up there. I don't have to explain anything but with my hands like this and stuff. So it's got the swing arm. It's an aluminum swing arm, and it'll say Harley Davidson had a swing arm like that on the, what is it called, the FXDR, which they ran that model, I think, for 2 years. This is the model. Pop it up if you have it. Well, sucks to be you, because that no longer exists. But it actually was a cool bike. I don't want to get sidetracked, so let's go back to the other one. Let's go back to the Buell Super Cruiser. So the Super Cruiser, the Buell Super Cruiser, also has that aluminum frame or the aluminum swing arm. And to me, it throws the whole design off. I mean, from the tank all the way down, the tank looks good, seat looks good. And then you get down to the swing arm and it just goes bleh. Yeah, I get it, but it's a cruiser. Whatever happened to the aesthetics, man? Yeah, and then it has what I actually do like, just in general, it has inverted front forks, or people more commonly call them upside down forks. The engine, yeah, it kind of looks like a Chinese manufactured water-cooled engine. It's a cruiser. A cruiser needs to look like that, you know, like the engine needs to look presentable in a way that it's like, hey, check this out, I have a V-twin and it looks like a gem, a jewel. It is the centerpiece of the motorcycle, not just the outside of the motorcycle. You know, it all has to be put together, meshed together. So yeah, this engine is just, I mean, look at it. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like the Challenger engine, right? The Challenger engine, in my opinion, it doesn't look good either. It performs phenomenal. It's a great motor, without a doubt. And I wouldn't doubt that this Buell engine is going to be the same. It's going to be an amazing platform. And it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all for a cruiser. Now, if you're like, I don't care about the engine, I just want performance, I don't even care about what the bike looks like, yo, this thing might be great. You want a good sounding, well, I've heard it, I don't even think it sounds that great. It sounds more like a sport bike in a sense. It doesn't sound like a traditional V-twin. It's missing the qualities, the sound qualities of a V-twin. Yeah, it's missing a bunch of just characteristics that are inherent for a V-twin cruiser. And you know, I could be old in my thinking. I could be like, you know, it might be just my artistic side just saying, you know what, this doesn't look good because the lines are all messed up and popo, and the engine doesn't look good either because it doesn't have any character. It just looks like a stamp. You know, it's kind of like our modern day buildings. If you go into a McDonald's now versus a McDonald's when we were kids, who remembers at McDonald's that some of them used to have like stools that were they were like hamburgers, and you sit on like these hamburgers, like the Hamburglar and stuff, and it had all this cartoons and stuff like that. It had character, right? Now it all looks boring. It's all monotone, and it's like neutral colors, and it looks so depressing. It's like it wants to be a Starbucks and an office building at the same time. That is what this motorcycle is to me. It looks that boring. I don't care if it is the fastest thing on the block, the fastest cruiser ever made. That doesn't mean anything to me. It still is an eyesore in a lot of areas. If I get a bike and I walk away from it, I turn around, I go, oh man, I really do hate that right there. That looks stupid. Or, man, I wish it didn't look like that. Then I'm not buying it. If there's lines on a motorcycle, a car, whatever it is, and I'm not feeling the design on it, the lines on it, they're just not feeding me what I'm looking for. They're not, you know, it's just not going to happen. And with this motorcycle, it's not going to happen. That thing looks, it doesn't look horrid, it doesn't look horrendous, it just looks unfinished and very basic and bland. It looks boring. It's a boring looking motorcycle. It's a $26,000 boring motorcycle. If you want a motorcycle that's going to perform probably pretty close to the Buell, but have a lot more characteristic in the design and have really good lines and sounds exceptionally well, just go get a freaking Lowrider S. Go get a Lowrider ST if you want bags and a fairing. Go get it. Go get that. Totally skip this Buell. It's, you know, like I said, if you like a boring looking motorcycle, go ahead and go for it. If you don't care about what the engine looks like, go ahead and go for it. I'm pretty sure it performs amazing. I'm pretty sure it outperforms the Harley, for crying out loud. It probably blows the Harley out of the water, but it doesn't have the looks going for it, so it's not a complete package. It's a one-sided package in my opinion. Anyways, rant over. What do you guys think of it? And before you click off of this, before you shut me up, before you say shut up and then you close me, I'm trying to insert some new content. Obviously, I was in my car the last one. I had a cage at home, and this time I'm stuck in traffic and it's freaking 102 degrees. It's hot outside, and I'm on my bike. So I did say that I was going to change up, and I was going to insert some of my photography pics. So I'm going to slap this one right on the screen. And this particular bike was at a rally, and I just thought, I'm going to take this picture. I'm going to get a good shot of this. Get some good background blur. Adjust it. Well, actually, this photo is just raw version. I did not adjust it. This is it just so happened that the light in the day was just at the perfect like sunrise or whatever. The sun was at its perfect place, and I was in a good spot. The background looked good, and you know, the placement, it was at a bike show, and it just, everything worked out. There's a couple photos I took there of other bikes in the competition. I will be, you know, trickling those out. If it's yours and you're watching my channel, yo man, that bike looks amazing. That was an amazing build. That was one of my favorites. Anyways, yes, that's been enough rambling on. Let me know what you guys think about the Buell Super Cruiser. And will you be spending your hard-earned money on that thing? Or will you pass like I would and get something else? Would you like the character? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is it? I'm curious, because I've only looked at it for a little while, and you know, maybe it'll all change if I get to ride one. I highly doubt that. Or if I get to see it in person, which I highly doubt that as well. But we'll see. Who knows? A lot of stuff changes. Who knows? Alright, so ride what you ride, keep it Vbeast mode, and ride till the wheels fall off. This has been another random weekday video by your very own Vbeast. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, have a Vbeast